I was listening to an artist, and in her song, she made a statement that got me thinking, reflecting seriously. Said there are some wounds that may never heal. I said, there are some wounds that may never heal. Then I decided to ask around, is it possible that there are some wounds that never heal? I know for some diabetic patients, they have that challenge. But generally speaking, there are some wounds that may never heal. Apart from that, then I went to do some studies on health psychology. Then I came across trauma. So I learned that some people say or live with that maxim, with that adage, time heals wounds. But does time heal all wounds? Can time heal all wounds? Let the question hang. Share your thoughts with me in your comments. Now, trauma is a response to overwhelmingly stressful situations that exceeds one's ability to cope with that experience. The experience of trauma is complex and involves many symptoms that occur in our brain, and they influence our physical body in so many ways. The effects of trauma can cause ripples through people's lives, leading to both physical and mental health issues. Trauma impacts the physical body, and it also disrupts the mind, as well as the normal physiological processes in our body, as well as psychological functioning of the mind. Trauma responses can significantly influence the brain structure and function of the brain. There are different types of trauma or different classifications, which we shall take at another reflection session. We have acute trauma, we have chronic trauma, we have complex trauma, we have direct trauma, we have indirect trauma. Now let's try to, when I was also in the process of my asking around to learn more, someone shared an experience that there's this particular couple that have been working over the years, praying over the years, waiting all over the years to be able to have children of their own. After so many years, the wife conceived, and by the time the baby was born, the baby needed oxygen, and the baby was put in an oxygen tent. According to the story, the doctor in charge removed the oxygen from the baby. His reason: there was no extra oxygen present at that period, and he wanted to save the oxygen, so he removed the oxygen. What story, what excuse will he give to the parents? I'm not going to judge because I wasn't there. However, they can scout for oxygen, call different established medicals because it's an emergency that we need oxygen. Please help us to get oxygen instead of, because from the little I know about science, when there is shortage of oxygen to the brain for a particular period of time, I can't put my finger on the period now, but it's a very limited short period of time. Like destruction to the signal part of the brain all the and there are some wounds that you never heal. What consolation do you give? And the story also, which is also pathetic, of this couple that also with couple and children. This armed robber got to their house. This was the child they had after so many years of waiting, of crying. And the leader of the armed robbery gang asked them for money. And they said, "We don't have money to give you." What they did to the baby and smashed the head of the baby in their places. The story is documented. It's one of the magazines of Tell. I still have that magazine. That magazine I hope where he was sharing his story after many years when he said he had 3 years repented. They did that. I just share this so that we don't go on living with that axiom, with that adage that time heals all wounds, and we keep living our life carelessly, talk to people carelessly, do things to people carelessly, and we cause them trauma. We say sorry, and so there's some things that sorry doesn't settle. There are some wounds that no matter what you say, like we say in Yoruba, what plea do you say to a child that has just lost the mother? Is it that God will provide another mother or what? Though that is still minor in some cases because we have foster parents. So please, this is just a plea. We are reflecting that please consider your actions henceforth this year, that everything you do, you put the feelings, the psyche of the people you are dealing with, their well-being, their feelings, their emotions, the things that concern them, you put them into care. Don't just talk anyhow. Words have more inductive meaning to some people than you think. Don't say it and say, sorry, I didn't mean it. You already said it. You also say it in Yoruba, má fi ebu ara búyàn. That means somebody that has a deformity or an infirmity in his or her body will not use that inability, that challenge to be abusing of them. A lady just shared a story on Facebook yesterday. She said she had this asthma challenge, and as an adult, I think it was in school, she now had this asthma attack, higher institution. She had this asthma attack. Then her friends, her colleagues were just looking at her as a leper and as a misfit, as she said the thing was so traumatic that she carried it in her mind as a pain, as a wound, and say, am I a problem to others? Why are people treating me? Why are they looking at me this way? So let's be more empathetic with our attitude to others. Let's be more caring. Let's be more proactive. Let's endeavor to put smile on people's face instead of trying to say, I will make you cry. What does it benefit you? What does it benefit you? What does it benefit me? So there are some wounds that we never heal. So be careful. And treat and handle things that concern others, especially things of the heart. Especially when you talk about heartbreaking. You have been in courtship with this person for a good number of years. Some of them you have already done the introduction, the families have known each other, the trust has been there, and suddenly, and after some of them after so many years, I'm looking forward to settling down, you now come and say, I'm not doing it. takes time. Some never get over it. But some fortunately get over it. Some others. Thanks for listening.